Hey guys, hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're in the world. It's always 5 p.m. somewhere. Today we're gonna be eating bento box with sushi. Let's try something. Let's start off with something simple, yeah? And it's getting a little hot, so let me take this off. Alright, let's start off with a bite-sized small little roll. This one here, it is white rice in the inside with cucumber, raw cucumber, and then outside is seaweed. Normally, you would dip this with soy sauce as well as some wasabi. See, if you look in the corner here, there's some wasabi. Let me give you a little close-up tour of box number 1. I believe this is kabocha squash here, and this is ginger and bean curd, sushi, raw fish, and then we have a sauce for the tempura. Tempura is, these are fried. There's a fried shrimp and then also fried veggies. Oh, and I believe this is eel right over here in this corner. And then of course we pair all that with handy dandy roll of toilet paper. Alright, let's have a bite. That rhymes. Alright, let's have a bite. That rhymes. It doesn't look like much once it's out of the package. And then see here, we have a little bit of wasabi. Let's put that in there. Oh, and we also have a Japanese drink. There's an accent on the E, so I think it's pronounced as ramune, called premium carbonated soft drink. Original flavor. They also had a melon flavor, but I prefer the original. I got my chopsticks. Let's mix some of the wasabi with the soy sauce. Let's have our roll. It's refreshing. You know, raw cucumber always brings a freshness to food. More soy sauce. Put this here, and then ginger. And as a kid, I did not like ginger. It was too strong for me, but man, with each passing year, I'm falling deeper and deeper in love with it. Same thing, it's like my relationship with dark chocolate. If ginger and dark chocolate were men, we would have a fantastic long-term relationship. Just mix a little bit of wasabi as you go along. If you mix it all of them at once, it might be too spicy, and once you mix it all together, there's no going back. You can add more soy sauce, but if you don't have more soy sauce, then what are you gonna do? You can't take the wasabi out, can you? Let's have another one of these cucumber rolls. It tastes like what it looks, not too flavorful. Okay, typically tempura tastes the best when it's freshly fried, and then you bite into it and there's like this crispy crunch. This one, I bought it packaged in the fridge section of the Japanese market called Mitsuwa, so I assume it's not going to be as crunchy nor crispy. It's going to be a little soggy. You can tell it's shrimp because we have a tail at one end. And then we dip it into the sauce. Soggy. The taste is there. When you eat a food that has perfect taste, but the texture is not right, then it doesn't taste as good. But if a food tastes good and the texture is perfect, it makes it taste even better. Even though if the crispiness is not really doing anything for the flavor. So I grew up drinking this. I also grew up eating tempura. And there's a Japanese restaurant my family and I used to go to at least once a month. At least that's what I remember. And I'd always get tempura. Every time I do my hair, I try to do this. I think my face looks good when my bangs go in a little bit circular. But for some reason, I just cannot make my hair stay this way. After you eat a tempura, it coats your tongue with some oil. So pairing with the ginger, it like awakens your tongue. It's a little bit spicy. All right, shall we explore another tray, another land? If you think of these trays as islands, you know, then let's migrate to another island. This here, in Korean we call it yubuchobap, another thing I grew up eating. And there are bean curd pockets, and inside there is rice. Let me show you a close-up. So the way I like to describe these babies, it's like a sleeping bag for rice. They like to go in there, get cuddly with their extended family of grains. And this one, I just eat as is. Now, growing up, my mom used to stuff even more rice in there and they'll be fatter. But this one is a more slender. It looks a bit wrinkly. How would I describe it? See, the inside rice doesn't have too much flavor. However, the outside, the sleeping bag, is sweet. It's like a gentle sweetness. When you go on a first date, you get kind of these little cute little feelings inside. Well, that's what it tastes like. A cute sweetness. It tastes cute. Yes, that is the right way to describe it. Earlier today, I bought some tea that has no caffeine. In the morning, I typically drink green tea, but after 3 p.m., I dare not to drink anything with caffeine, for I fear I shall not be able to sleep. So, it's my first time trying this specific brand. It's a lavender lemonade, and it comes with a little spoon. How cute is that? Let's prepare it together. I really wanted to share this experience, the spooning experience with you. So, open. Definitely smell some lavender in that. I have my little, what do you call it? A tea strainer. And then my tea strainer comes with a little hat. So let's scoop some tea together. Let's see, how many spoonfuls do I need? Well, it's gonna take a little bit of patience to use this spoon. 2, 3, 4, 5. I will fill it halfway because after the water gets in there, the leaves will soak up the water and then take up more space in this container. Wah! Totally catapulted that little spoon. All right, where's the top? Where did the top go? Here it is. I will put this cup inside the microwave for 2 minutes and 22 seconds. You might wonder, why 2 minutes and 22 seconds? Because I'm lazy like that. When I push the numbers on the microwave and I'm doing something for like 10 seconds, I just push 1 1 twice. It's faster than going 1 0, 1 1. Done. BRB. What's up? Somebody's back. 2 minutes and 22 seconds later. Let's put the head on the container. Let it seep for about 2-3 minutes. And I'm a bit thirsty, so let's go ahead and try this lemonade together. I think the last time I drank this was in high school. I really forgot how to do this. Wait, am I doing this right? Oh, okay. So I had to take this little thingy out of the middle and then push. The marble, there was a marble on the top and the marble dropped down once I punched it in. So cheers. As I film this, it is Friday. So cheers to that. Well, it is a carbonated drink, so it's bubbly. And once it goes in your mouth, it makes this like psst kind of sound. Normally I don't buy carbonated drinks, but today is my cheat day. Whenever I film a mukbang, it's my cheat day. Let's have something we didn't have yet, and that is raw fish. Alright, so here we have fake grass. And no, it is not edible. It's just a decoration. I'm gonna guess this is tuna and this is salmon, I believe. The base is rice and on the top is our raw fish. Dip it into our sauce. Takes a lot of bites. Whenever you try a new type of dish, don't judge it completely based on your first experience, because sushi and even tempura, when you eat it at a restaurant, when it's freshly made, it's gonna taste the best. And depending on how fresh the fish is, it's gonna change your experience. Let's go to another island. It's a dark pink. And then let's dip it into our wasabi soy sauce. Pair it with ginger to make things more interesting. These days, I've been staying home a lot and editing videos, and everything's on the computer. Whether you're writing emails or posting something on social media, something has always to do with the screen. When I was traveling, I was filming a lot of videos and I was going out a lot. But because I'm in front of the computer now, most of the time, just going outside and breathing air and just even going to the grocery store is excitement for me. Just stepping outside is an adventure. I could go somewhere so common, but because I don't go out as much, going anywhere is an adventure. Alright, let's try eel. Okay, I just rotated this roll, and now you'll see the prettier side. It has a little belt, a seaweed belt around it, nori belt. And on top, you see sesame seeds. You know, food can be so sexy. When you rotate food, a shiny food, and then you see the light hitting it in different places. That's pretty hot. Let's try some more tempura. This one, I believe, is the same as this guy, the kabocha squash, except it's covered with the batter. So it has a shape of a rainbow, except it's orange in the inside. And then you can see through, it's a dark green on the exterior, the skin. Dip it into the tempura sauce. Now that I look at it, looks like they put some sort of sauce on the outside, like in like a zigzag motion. It got that sauce on this side. So let's see what the sauce tastes like. Sweet, candy-like. It tastes good, as is, even without the tempura sauce. Anything that's starchy, like even like with sweet potatoes and potatoes, I like to chew more and get more saliva on it before I swallow it, because it has this slightly friction feel to it. You know what I mean? Let's have a sip of our tea. The taste is like calm and meditative. It's something I don't mind drinking at nighttime when I'm having a reading session, a cuddle session with my book. All right, what's next? Nom, 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 nom. Shall we try another raw fish? Actually, we have here Oh, I didn't get to give you a close look of this tray, have I? Or maybe I did. See, my short-term memory is not so good. Let's have this shrimp. It is pinkish, and then we have a tail. And once again, the base is rice, white rice. If you look closely at shrimp, it is dotted. All right, let's dip it. You're just gonna stuff the whole thing in your mouth, or else it's gonna make a mess like that. You know, all the rice bombs are gonna drop. I put on the wrong sauce, but whatever, it still tastes good with the tempura sauce. Let's eat another roll. Preferably, half bite of these rolls will be good. Good amount of food in my mouth. It's really hard to talk if you put the whole thing in your mouth, but it definitely makes less of a mess if you stuff it all in your mouth in one bite. This time, I believe this is potato. It is just plain white. It's a little yellow. A little yellow from the batter. And it's very flimsy. Maybe a bit flimsy, but it still has a slight crunchiness to it. This one definitely tastes better though with the tempura sauce. Let's try something else. Let's try, this looks to be green bean. Skinny. Skinny. And you know the thing about green bean, it has a line that goes straight through it down the middle. It's like, I like to call it a spine, perhaps. You see? The spine is right here. Do you see that crevice? Do you see that crevice? And it bends like a J. You see that? You see that J? And the tempura batter is peeling right off. Coming out of its sleeping bag. It's coming out of his jacket. Let's have some ginger. I don't know what it is about my hometown, but it never seems to satisfy me. Now, I don't know if it's because it is my hometown, so it's not an exciting place, because I grew up here, or because I know like other people who come to this town, they really like it. I find it not very exciting culturally. Wherever you live, you have a sort of relationship with the city. It's insane how many times I have to chew on this. Next time, this one I'm gonna count how many times I bite. And let's have some more ginger. Oh, that was spicy. I think a little bits of ginger is good. If you put too much, woo, your ears. The ears feel spicy. Roll that does not have raw fish. It's more like a kimbap, except these are huge. Wow. They're big. They're the size of my palm, nearly. Let me show you a close-up. Looks like we have imitation crab and egg. Very little bit of spinach. And there's this brown thing in there. What can it be? Is it gourd? Oh, so big. lot of rice. I'm not sure what they call this in Japanese. Looking at the label, it's either sukoroku sushi, futomaki, or maybe it's inarizushi. They're big. I'm starting to get full. Sometimes reading the YouTube comments is like opening up Christmas presents. A Christmas present, it might be something that you really wanted, or even better. But other times, it's like, I wish I didn't get this as a present. What am I gonna do with this? Sometimes it's easy to think that what we do doesn't really matter much, or like we're just a small piece of the puzzle out of millions and billions of pieces, because there's so many people on Earth, right? I think there's like 7 or 8 billion people. I lost count. I need to check on the current population of humanity. But sometimes it just feels like we're just one in a couple billion, that we don't really matter. But you do matter. Let's say there's 9 billion people on Earth right now. If all 9 billion people realize that they can make a big impact just by being the best of themselves, then the world will be a much better place. Because 9 billion people, that's a lot. But if all 9 billion people is like, what difference am I gonna make? And then they, don't really try, and maybe they're all negative, then the world is gonna be not as nice place for everyone to live in. So the next time you wanna throw that water bottle out the window, or you wanna trash some place on the street, think about it. Think about that. Because if 9 billion other people were trashing the streets, wow, what a mess. What a mess. Okay, this time let's have some squash, kabocha squash. Did they do something to this? Tastes more delicious than usual. Wow. Unexpectedly, this is the tastiest thing of everything I tried so far. How can it be? Did they brush on extra sugar in that? Something addictive about it. Maybe that squash was stolen from Paris Hilton's garden, because wow, it tastes like Gucci in the mouth. It's like, whoa, so good. I think life is just downhill from here, because that just blew my mind. I think I gotta go I can't even talk. I think I gotta slow down a little bit. Ooh, I'm full. I'm full. I'm full. So, okay. I still want to find out how many times I have to chew on that. And while I'm chewing on it, I won't blink once. Not even once. Let's just do it right now. All right. This next minute or two, or however long it takes to chew on this, I will not speed it up at all. So you could count with me how many times I chew, and you know for sure I didn't blink. All right. You ready? I think I have a burp coming up. This drink, man, this carbonated drink. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Did I blink? I don't know if I blinked, but my eyes are, wow, my eyes are watering because it's so dry. I think I chewed 70 times already. I just lost count. But I did go over 50 bites for sure. I don't know if I blink. Okay. Woo! Okay, that was enough. Oh, my eyes are watering now. I look like I'm crying. The squash was so good. Wow. Woo! Lots of H2O in the eyes right now. Wow. Oh man. Okay. Oh, and it looks like under the potato is, oh, I just peeled off the tempura, but it's carrot. It's probably healthier that way. The carrot is not overcooked. It's firmish. Here's a mess. Oh, what's this? I think it's another carrot. Yep. The tempura on the carrot ones peel off so easily. And then we have a broccoli tempura as well. Ooh, and another green bean one. I wanted to tell you something. The longer you live, the more kinds of people you'll meet, and you'll make a variety of friends, depending on where you live. But if you live in the mega cities, there tends to be more cultural diversity, and you will meet people from different lifestyles. You kind of give and take certain habits. For example, I have some friends who are very expressive. Maybe you could say that they're more emotional, than me. That's not to say I'm a robot. Some people just express themselves differently. I could be excited, or maybe I could be sad, but on the outside I might not show that I'm so sad. Other people, if they're really sad, they like to show that they're really sad. So I have some girlfriends. If they're excited, they really show it. But for me, I like to be more calm. Even if I get excited, I have this thing where if I get too excited, something bad might happen. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a superstition or something, but I like to stay calm throughout both good and bad situations. So I guess another way of saying it is I don't like to be very reactive. So some of my girlfriends who are more expressive, if I don't show that I'm super excited as them, or I don't express myself in the way they want me to, they get upset. I think most people, we will experience something like this. If we don't act in a certain way as another person might want us to, then they get upset, or they get flustered, or they get frustrated. But it's like one of those things where you don't want to be fake. You still want to be yourself, so you can't force yourself to act in the way they want you to all the time. It just doesn't feel honest if you're forcing yourself to act in a certain way. Everyone has their limits. Some people are good at faking, or you could call it faking, but you could also call it adapting. There are people in my life who write short and they like to be concise how they express themselves. I have other friends, other people I know who like to write more, and get more detailed about their thinking process. So what I noticed is when I write shorter to the people who like to be more expressive and write like novels to me, they find me to be cold and distant. And then I have friends who write more short and to the point, and if I write something super long to them, they might feel kind of like they might get freaked out, you know? So how do you win in a world with so much diversity and so many different people and their own little traditions? For me, it's sometimes you have to adapt to the person. You can't change yourself completely for anyone, nor can anyone change completely for you. It wouldn't be fair to make someone change completely for you. Even if you ask someone to change 20%, it might be a lot for the other person. I mean, depending on who that person is. If it's your significant other, you live with them, then okay, maybe you have to put a little bit more effort into changing yourself a bit. And hopefully changing yourself for the better, not for the worst. That's broccoli. You see, if you look closely, you know, broccoli, like the carrot, it's very smooth. But with broccoli, you have a lot of these little, like the batter went inside the broccoli, so that's why it doesn't come off as easily as it does on the carrot. The batter went through the little sprouty areas. So how do you express yourself in a way that people understand you? Millions and millions of people, we speak English. Even though we speak English, there's so many styles of how people write and speak. Even if you speak English, that person might have an entirely different lifestyle than you. They might have a different type of cultural language. So one word can have many definitions. Some people, when they think of soda, they're like, oh, sweet, delicious. And other people, it's like, oh, they think about diabetes and like the health, negative health aspects of it, right? When they think of the word soda. And even the word banana. Some people think of it as a naughty thing. Other people would think of it as something that goes really well in a green smoothie. Let's have another sleeping bag made of bean curd. And the rolls make really great road trip food. And you don't really need chopsticks. You could just use your fingers. Let's have some more tempura! Shrimp one. You know, someone once told me that shrimp are like cockroaches of the sea. And if you put it that way, it's like very, doesn't sound tasty, right? People eat insects all over the world. People eat scorpions, tarantulas. I mean, if you're hungry, you will eat whatever comes your way. You will make something edible. It's kind of funny to me how people say it's wrong to eat dog. Now, I've never eaten dog before. However, it's weird to me when people are like, they eat cow. Because in India, cows are holy. And then Muslim people, they don't eat pork. They don't eat pigs. But in America, we eat pig and we eat cows. But because the dogs have been domesticated and we keep them as pets in the house, for some reason it's wrong to eat dog. If the dog were more like a cow, probably a dog would be one of the more highly eaten proteins. I'm not saying we should eat dog. I'm just saying it's a little bit hypocritical if we eat meat, why are we telling other cultures it's wrong to eat that, you shouldn't eat that, you should eat this instead? In some countries, they don't like cats. They think cats are evil. Instead, they treat pigeons like a pet with love and care. In America, we take more care of our cats than pigeons, but in some countries, it's the opposite way. It's just different culture. On a large scale, if people had pigs as pets, they'll probably stop eating pig. Or maybe it'll become more generally frowned upon to eat pig because they become more emotionally attached to the pig. Now, I don't know if the first kabocha squash was exceptional, or is this one going to be as tasty? I like to save the best bite for the last, so that's why I haven't touched that yet. I don't know if it looks like to you guys if I ate a lot of food or not, but I ate an entire layer of tempura here. I finished all my rolls, the big raw fish ones, and the other rolls here and there. It's a lot of food for me. I think I ate more than double than what I usually eat. I think I'm already past the point of overeating, but I don't want to overeat times 2. The point is, I had one of everything here. And for me, it's all about giving a review. You know, I want to describe things in the way that you could taste it in your mouth too. And then we talk about other things of life. It's tasty. That first piece of kabocha squash was not just an accidental magic. This one is also beautiful. I feel like this kabocha squash is kissing my tongue. So delicious. I think I'll have good dreams tonight. Cheers to that. The past 2 mukbangs, I've been doing recipes. I've been making my own food, and then I have a blog post of the recipes. This time, for this week, I made a blog post of my mom's kimbap, the Korean rolls, without like raw fish or anything like that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed eating with me. What did you eat while you were watching this video? Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Miss Mina O for delicious selfies. As many of you may already know, I like to play this game called Where's Mina, and you find my face in food. See you guys in the next mukbang and travel video. Bye bye!